Sorry, I have to be the special one to mess things up. Woohoo!
We haven't had it work once this week.
It worked fine for us today during the brown bag.
All right, so we're doing okay then. We've got it working.
Exactly. I'm live? Awesome. Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me for a physical desktop lost in a virtual world. I'm Tony Foster and Wonder_nerd on Twitter if you don't follow me already. 2012 and 2013 VMware vExpert. 5-year attendee at VMworld, so woohoo! Halfway through the 10 years. Today we're actually going to talk about VMware and VMware Mirage. We're actually going to look at protecting physical desktops out there and bringing them back into your virtual data center. So we're talking disaster recovery. This is the only slide you're going to see during this presentation. This is going to be a live demo, so flying by the seat of my pants here, anything could happen. We're going to come down here to my view environment. And we've got two wonderful little things here that we're going to start with. Going to expand our screen just a little bit. The window I'm working in right now is VMware Horizon Mirage. For those who don't know what Mirage is, it's a way to manage physical and virtual systems and control all the different layers of the environment. So we're controlling not only the OS layer, not only the application layer, but also the user files, storage, drivers, and anything else you can think of. The idea of Mirage is that we can sit there, push out the information we need pushed out to the environment, and pull back the data from those desktops that we need. So the typical scenario around this would be my executive, my whoever, has their laptop up on a podium and is presenting on screen. Uh-oh, they slide it off, knock it off, and it falls down. Whatever will we do? However will we recover my CEO's most precious data with the picture of his kids in the background and everything else? Great question. It's where we get to leverage Mirage. So in here we have a whole raft of desktops. And if I expand this out, we have one desktop in particular that we're going to be working with. And that is Mirage 750, which is all the way down here, and you'll notice that it's not actually in the list. The reason it's not in the list is because this is my pending device list. These are all the devices I haven't done anything with. We come up here and we're going to go into a shorter view, which is my collections. I actually have this broken out a few different ways. I've got my Windows 7 desktops here. And here we see my VMworld Mirage 50 desktop. Now, I'm sort of cheating. I'm actually protecting a virtual desktop. This also applies to physical, so yes, you can call me a cheater. I'll just put it out there. So we've got our desktop here. We've got all sorts of wonderful stuff in here that we can play with. We've got a revert snapshot, which will allow us to roll this back to whatever point in time we need to. As you can see, we have about 5 of them. Last one was taken yesterday at around 4 p.m. I could go through and convert to that particular version if I wanted to. I could come all the way back here to this version and roll back, and we get the same thing. Now, I'm going to hop in here before we actually do this revert. So in here, We'll go ahead and send a nice little Alt-Control delete. I'm going to log in as administrator because that's what all of our CEOs want to be, is the administrator of the environment, and we all know that that is something they shouldn't be doing. In here, I've got my nice little physical virtual desktop. You'll see I've added a little bit of customization, put on my Yahoo Messenger on here. Got a little text document and everything. That's all well and good. We want to roll this back. So we're going to take this back to the point in time where that virus missed our executive instead of hitting our executive. So I'll go ahead and click cancel on this and take you through the entire process. We're going to revert to snapshot. I'm going to go to the very earliest snapshot we have in here. We'll next through this real quick. No compatibility issues with any of the applications or anything that are deployed on any of the desktops in the environment. We'll click Finish. Would you like to switch the task view to monitor the progress of this? So we'll click Yes, and we can actually watch this roll through. So once this thing starts rolling through, my desktop's going to reboot. All of a sudden, I'm going to lose Yahoo Instant Messenger. I'm going to lose the little text icon on the back end of my desktop. And away we will be. Right now, we're at about 15%. So it's going to take just a few moments here to finish pushing the rest of this out to it. There's that. We have a notice here from VMware Mirage. Tells me that it's rolling things back. We can see what the percentage is as far as data transfer. So as an end user, I can actually watch the status of my recovery, which is really nice for some of those end users who are like, I want it now. When's it going to be done? Come on. We'll give this just a few more moments here. And while that's happening, I'm going to flip up to a couple other of the recovery options in here. And those are easily accessed under Common Task, or Common Wizards, I'm sorry. Disaster recovery. Again, this ties into CEO just dropped his laptop off the podium. We lost that darn laptop out there. Disgruntled employee, pick your pick. Any of them work. We can recover all of these different systems however we choose. Let's say the hard drive went bad in one of our systems out on the floor, and we need to replace it with a new hard drive. Well, we can do the replace hard disk in here. Click OK. And it'll give me the option to select a device. I don't have any currently connected, because right now desktop 50 was the only one connected in here. I could select my device in here and just roll that right back onto the hard drive. Away we go, no issues, no concerns. The other option in here is replace a user machine. Time for those pesky upgrades of all the desktops in the environment. We haven't quite gotten our end user computing solution in place to go virtual and thin clients. How can we do this a different way? Well, we'll take those physical desktops and we can replace the desktops. We'll sit there, we'll say replace the user, click OK. In here we have all the different devices. Here's Mirage 50. I can select that, click next. Then I can say, which host am I going to put this on? So maybe I want 50 to roll down to this guy right here, and I'm going to expand that to 48. I can select 48, click next, tell it exactly how I want to recover it. Do I want to do a full system restore, restore to the applications, or just restore the user data? So this is a great way to migrate from Windows XP to Windows 7 if you're doing a desktop refresh at the same time. Also a great way just to go through and move people to a different system. Click next one more time. It's going to ask how I want to do it. Maintain the current base layer, i.e. Windows 7. Select any applications I need installed on there. Review a few settings. I want to keep the current name and everything. No other problems. Click next. Now I could click finish and away this would go. Don't quite want to do that because we're in the process of a recovery over here. The recovery is taking just a little bit longer than it normally does. Needless to say, what's going to happen once this is finished pulling the files over, it's going to sit there and tell the end user they need to reboot. You can also do this as an IT administrator, so you're not waiting on them. Maybe it's something, they got some malware or something on their machine, you don't want to wait for them. You can actually reboot it from within Mirage, and I'm going to click cancel on this. Go back over here, and I can actually sit there and tell it to reboot. In here, and it doesn't want to let me do it because I'm waiting. And it looks like our recovery just finished. So we can go ahead and do a restart now. It's going to restart. Here it shuts down. Currently Windows 7. There goes the reboot. And once this is back up, we have successfully recovered a physical desktop living in a virtual world. It's all been protected inside of our data center. And because I'm running short on time, I'm going to wrap it up with that. Here's the login screen. It's ready and raring and tearing for me to go. Questions? If not, catch me on Twitter and follow up. Thank you.